Hello, I'm Lorna Luft, and you are watching A Braveheart View.
Hi, I'm Tava Smiley, and you are watching A Braveheart View.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rolanda Watts, and you're watching A Braveheart View.
Hello, I'm Ellie Drake, and you're watching A Braveheart View. Hello and welcome to A Braveheart View. Ready to get inspired in only 10 minutes? Our hosts today are Rolanda Watts, actress and host of TV series Rolanda; Tava Smiley, one of the stars of General Hospital and host of the series Clean Sweep; Lorna Luft, an international headliner who began her TV career at the age of 11 singing on her mom's TV series The Judy Garland Show. Her book, Me and My Shadows, was turned into an Emmy-winning miniseries for television. And I'm Ellie Drake, the founder of Braveheart Women. But enough about us, because we have an amazing guest here today. Our guest today is a motivational speaker and best-selling author. His straight from the heart, high energy, and passionate message engages all audiences to step into their greatness, providing them with the motivation to take the next step toward living their dream. I'd like to welcome a world-renowned speaker whom many of us love and respect, Mr. Les Brown.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. So good to have you here.
It's great to be here, and I'm glad to see you, and it's better to be seen than to be viewed.
I have a book of quotations. I have a book of quotations that I have had for many years, and you are in it saying, "Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars."
Yes.
And that I've quoted that to so many people, and now I get to meet you.
Yes.
Hi, so great.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. Yeah. Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, when he made his last public appearance, he would always end all of his speeches with that quote. He loved it very much.
Oh,
yeah. He was one of my early mentors.
But
Yeah.
Les, your story is amazing. Your story is incredible. Tell everyone about where you were born, about what you were known as, and how you came to be who you are today.
Yes.
Well, I became who I am today because of my mother. I always say, I believe like Abraham Lincoln, who said, "All that I am and all that I ever hope to be, I owe to my mother." I was born in a poor section of Miami, Florida called Liberty City, an abandoned building on a floor with a twin brother. And when we were 6 weeks of age, we were adopted by Mrs. Mamie Brown. And when I was in the 5th grade, I was identified as EMR, labeled educable mentally retarded, put back from the 5th grade to the 4th grade. I failed again when I was in the 8th grade. I don't have any college training, but I had a high school teacher who challenged me one day, Mr. Leroy Washington. He's in his 80s, he's blind now. He challenged me to solve a problem. I said, "I can't do that, sir." He said, "Why not?" I said, "I'm not one of your students." He said, "Do it anyhow." I said, "I can't, sir." He says, "Why?" I said, "Sir," and the students start saying, "He's Leslie, that's not Wesley, I have a twin brother. He's the smart twin, he's DT. And he said, "What does that stand for?" He said, "He's the dumb twin." And I said, "Yes, sir." And he came from behind his desk, he said, "Don't ever say that again. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality."
That's great.
Wow.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
How did you go from that high school student who didn't want to answer that problem to where you are now, to this motivational speaker?
Because he taught me the value that you don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are. And that what you have to do is constantly work on yourself. Be ye not conformed to this world, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And so he put me into a regimen that I encourage people for mindset maintenance, of reading 10 to 15 pages of something positive every day, listening to motivational messages to override the negative conversations that we all have in us, because we live in a world where we're told more about our limitations rather than our potential.
And isn't that the way our brain works anyway? We're constantly finding problems.
Yes.
And we have to really work at staying positive and motivated. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
But
Self-esteem is maintenance.
You can actually rewire your brain to
yes.
think a different way.
You can rewire your brain to think a different way, and you have to have things to help you. Books, words, relationships, and goals outside of your comfort zone, because in order to do something you've never done, you've got to give birth to someone else that you've never been, and to die to who you are right now.
You talk about change. Goodness knows this nation is under tremendous change. All of us have to up and do something different to survive these days.
Yes.
What do you tell people who are afraid to take the big leap?
That leap and grow your wings on the way down.
Yes.
Yeah,
I like that.
The recessions restores resourcefulness. And today, you either expand or you are expendable. This is the era that late Peter Drucker called the era of the 3 C's of accelerated change, overwhelming complexity, and tremendous competition. So now you have to look for different ways in order to generate income for yourself, because the 40-40 plan is gone, which people are not talking about in the media, and that is the domestic economy where you can work for 40 years, 40 hours a week on the same job. That's gone. That now those jobs that have been replaced with technology and cheap labor abroad, you now have to begin to create new ideas, new industries, new inventions to replace those jobs. They're not coming.
I also wanted to ask you one question. How do you motivate 15-year-olds? Okay, I'm serious. This is a personal question.
Okay, okay, because young
I have a
people.
lot of experience. I have 9 children.
Okay,
Yes, yeah,
talk to me.
I smile at you, you will fail a rabbit test.
Yeah, about young people and motivating them into finding a passion.
One is you got to get to know them and find out what drives them, and you might have to use somebody else between them. You have to know their friends and find out what motivates them. What I had to do is talk to my children through my friends and their friends, and they would come back to me and say, "Do you know what he told me?" And I said, "Is that right?" And here's somebody I'm mentoring, all right?
Really?
So if you never speak where you don't have a voice. And it's very important that you pay more attention to the listening than what it is you want to say. You can be right in what it is you want to say, but if you say it in the wrong way, you would turn the person off, young person or an adult, as opposed to create the thirst and the desire to engage them in the vision that you have for them and want them to cooperate in that process.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Wow.
fantastic. That's
Engagement
fantastic.
listening.
I've got
Oh,
to tell
so
you
good.
this, that my life changed, and I know you hear that from hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. My life changed when I met you. Of course, you don't remember that. My parents brought me here from Iran. They said, you better become a doctor because you're going to be our retirement plan. So I graduated as a doctor, $150,000 in student loan debt. And right before actually I got my graduation diploma, I saw you speak at a seminar in Chicago in 1996.
Wow.
And you said something like, most people die with their passion in them. And I said, I'm not going to practice as a doctor. I gave my diploma to my parents and I began speaking. And so if I hadn't met you that day, I think my life would have been different. So thank you for changing my life.
Thank you. Wow.
Yes.
That's a powerful story. You know, it
Thank
was
you.
Oliver Wendell Holmes said that most men and women go to their graves with their music still in them.
Yes.
I talked to a lady yesterday, and she said she went to school, to college, and took the courses that her parents wanted her to take. She married the person that her parents wanted her to marry. And she said, at some point in time, she said, I want my life back. And she made a decision to do the things that she wanted to do. And most people don't have the courage to do that.
How
It
do you
takes
find that courage? How do you find that courage?
It's making a decision to face the fear and do it anyhow. Because I believe in a one-to-a-box theory, that when you go, they will only put you in that casket by yourself. Even in traffic accidents and families that kill, they put them one to a box. I believe in the one-to-a-box theory. At the end of the day, when you leave here, you're going in that box by yourself. Go on your terms.
Speaking of facing the fear, we all know that you had some health challenges.
Yes, I'm
Was
a
that
14-year prostate cancer conqueror. As I speak to you, my PSA is 381, and PSA stands for prostate-specific antigen. For me, it stands for positively staying alive. And so I'm cancer-free, debt-free, and drama-free. And I'm going to do a seminar called You're More Powerful Than Cancer. The role that mindset, as well as radically changing your behavior and changing your relationships. Many people are not only dying because of what they eat, but because of what's eating them.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that they
Goosebumps.
have too many toxic, negative relationships in their lives. And some of those relationships you need to let go of.
Yeah,
That's
let
so
go.
tough. Sometimes I think women bond so much, and we hate to see, we hate to
we
lose a
fight for
friend, and we
things.
overlook things to keep things uncomplicated.
And they try to change people. And I say it's a full-time job changing yourself. There are some people that thrive on being negative. They're so negative they can go into a dark room and begin to develop.
Yes.
It's so true. It's so true.
Is there one quote that you
I
live
was
by
gonna say,
every
good for
day?
you.
Yes, in order to be successful, you must be willing to do the things today others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have.
Yeah.
Bada boom! I like
So
that.
Les
I
Brown,
like
that
that.
was absolutely, we could go on for a day with you. We are so sad we have to end this.
I know. I feel so positive every time I see that big smile.
Thank you.
Yes.
And we love your mother. too.
I have,
Yes,
I have
Miss-
pages of
Mrs.
your quotes
Mamie
printed
Brown.
out. I'm just going to take them home and be reading them and thinking
Mrs.
of
Mamie Brown was a brave heart woman.
Yes,
you. She was.
Yes,
You have
she
to adopt
was.
7 children at 46 with a 3rd grade education. Yes, she was.
Fantastic.
Bless her.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for being here.
Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely.
Okay. To get more information about Les Brown, log into braveheartview.com and then click on resources.
And core Inner Circle members, you can also access Les's exclusive video titled Find Your Voice and Change Your Life in your core member section.
In the meantime, we want to get your Braveheart view. So to join our discussion forum after the show or to watch more episodes, go to braveheartview.com.
On behalf of our amazing, incredible, inspiring guest, Mr. Les Brown, and our hosts, Rolanda Tava, Lorna, and myself, thank you for connecting, and peace in.